very lovely day outside. Glad I'm staying inside and playing guitar for you guys. I'm finally doing a new pedalboard video. I've been getting a lot of questions about what I'm using now, and I thought that I would make a video where I show you all the pedals, of course, on the pedalboard, and I will also show you how I use them live in a live setting when I play with Tina. Yeah, let's go through them. I'm going to use my Songhurst lap steel for my lap steel parts, of course, and my Fano PX6 for my guitar parts. I'm playing through the Tone King Imperial 20th anniversary, and I'm using the Torpedo Live. And for you sensitive guys, yes, I'm wearing shoes, so you don't have to see my socks or my feet during this video. Okay guys, so this is the board. It's the same board as last time. It's called Badass Cases and it's built here in Norway. It's a really good board. I've used it for maybe a year now, and it has like 2 different levels, so it's easier to reach the pedals in the back, and the size is just perfect. I don't need anything bigger. It's already big enough, as you can see, and it's just a really sturdy, good board. And yeah, let's go through the beginning of the chain before we do some playing. And firstly, I'm going to do stuff with the lap steel, since that's what I use the first pedals for. And I'm using my Songhurst lap steel and this bar or glass bar from the Rockslide, which is the best like tone bar that I've used ever. It's just really good. So yeah, from my lap steel I'm using toe screw cables, and I'm going into this box from Durham Electronics. It's called the BMP, and it's a buffer, a master and a preamp, and it has a tuner out, so that goes up to this tuner, which is called the Turbo Tuner from Sonic Research, and it's a really good tuner. It's really fast and very precise. Yeah, it's just the best tuner that I ever tried. And when I'm pressing this button, I'm sending the signal to the tuner, and everything else is muted. And with this button I can turn off the effect loop, because that's a part of the BMP. You have an effect loop, so I can bypass all the pedals and it just goes through the buffer and to the amp. And also you have this knob on the side, and you can add some more volume if you want to. If you have this really big board, a lot of pedals that sucks tone and high end, you can add some back in with this knob. So I have turned it up just a tiny bit. So this is like the completely dry signal. And that is with the effect loop bypassed. And when I turn it on, you can hear that the reverb comes on, and that's because I only have one pedal on at the moment, and that's the Polara from Digitech, and that's a reverb pedal. So if you wanted to, you could kind of have like this bass tone, your clean tone, without any pedals, and then you can kind of like prepare different combinations and then go from to but I always have the effect loop on all the time, and I just tap dance with the pedals as you would do with a normal board without something like this. And after that one, it goes to my TC electronic compressor. And the reason why I have the compressor before the volume pedal is because I only use the compressor for lap steel playing. And since I'm doing a lot of work on my volume pedal, I need to have the compression to start before that, or else it would compress and bring up the volume when I'm heel down or almost heel down on the volume pedal. So it goes, the first pedal in the chain is that one, and then it goes back to the volume pedal before it goes to the next pedal in the chain. And the reason why I use a compressor is to have like a slight clean volume boost, and also to add some sustain. The lap steel sounds really good by itself, but I kind of want the volume to go up a tiny bit, and it's also nice to have the extra sustain when I'm playing. So this is without. And this is with. And when I play lap steel, I only use the compression, and I use the reverb pedal, which is basically on all the time. I'm changing the level quite a bit during a gig. I have it up quite a lot when I play lap steel, maybe around everything from 12 o'clock to 3 maybe. And I usually go with the plate setting or the room setting. And when I play guitar, I back it off a bit, but usually it's around here. Yeah, so that's the hypergravity from TC Electronic. It's really good compressor. Before that, I used the Kali 76 from Origin. And that's a killer compressor as well, but it's just way too big for my board. So I got the TC, and it's been just great. So now I plugged into my Fano, my trusty old Fano, and let's go through the rest of the chain. Let's back off a bit on the reverb. So when I play guitar, I have one pedal on all the time, and that's the clean side of the King of Tone from Analog Man. And I do that to add kind of a bit of a thickness to the sound, not much of a volume boost, just maybe a slight volume boost, and also because the two channels on the Analog Man just works really good together. So I like to have this on so I can step on the other channel when I want to have more overdrive and a kind of a solo boost. So without the King of Tone, it sounds like this. it adds just a tiny bit of volume, and it kind of warms up the tone a bit, which I like. So that one is on during the whole set. It's a bit gritty, or it adds a bit of grit. But it's really just a tiny bit, and if I play softly, it's just completely clean. And I can also use the volume knob if I need to have it more clean. But yeah, that's kind of my bass tone. And after the compressor, we have the Digitech drop, and I used that one on just one song, I think. I used the dry plus octave setting, and I use it for a part that goes like this. And I have it together with my Obscura delay from Digitech also, and this is my slapback delay. So this is just the slapback. And I can play you a part where I use the drop, then I turn it off, and then I go into the overdrive mode on this one, or I turn on the overdrive side of the pedal, so I can show you how I use that. Yeah, so that's from a song called Spoiled Rotten Blues, and that's where I use the drop, and I also use the overdrive side of the King of Tone. And the next pedal after the King of Tone is the Sick Ass Overdrive, and I use that when I need even more gain that I can get out of the King of Tone. I think right now I set it quite high on the gain side. Yeah, I never used that much gain live, maybe around 12 o'clock. Yeah, here's a solo that I use this pedal on. And as you can tell, I'm using the slapback delay a lot during the set. It's almost on at all the time. And then we have the Magnetic Effects White Atom, which is a fuzz pedal, and I just put this on. I've also had this pedal on right now, if you can see that, it's the Defector from Fox Pedal. So this is kind of my spot on the board where I try new stuff out, and I just tried the Defector, which is a really good pedal, and then I want to try the White Atom now. I'm not sure what I'm keeping there for the moment, but I usually have something fuzzy on that spot. I don't use fuzz that much live, but it's good to have. And this is how that pedal sounds. And what's really cool with this pedal is it cleans really good up when you turn down the volume knob on the guitar. So that's the White Atom, really cool pedal, and then it goes back to this side, and then it's the Mosaic 12-string effect. I'm not sure how you say that, Mosaic, I think that's right, close enough at least. And I use this for a couple of parts. Most importantly, I used it on a song called I Don't Know. And in the studio I played, I don't think I played a 12-string, but I played like an electric part, and I dubbed it with a Nashville guitar or Nashville tuning acoustic, and that kind of sounds like a 12-string effect. So for that part I use this one and probably, yeah, usually this one combined. So this is without it. And I also use it on a new song that we haven't released yet, but it's just like a really simple thing on the chorus. On like the first chorus I play like this. And then to change it up a bit, I use this one on the two last choruses. So yeah, that's just a really good tool when you are playing live and you don't want to bring a 12-string guitar, or you don't have like double neck Jimmy Page style guitar and you can change between like two necks. So really cool pedal to have. And of course the Obscura delay, really good one. I have used the Boss DM3, like a vintage one, but something's wrong with that, and like it's just a pain to bring like old pedals on when you're playing live, and this is just much more safe to use, and it sounds really good. And then we have the Julia from Walrus Audio, and it's a really cool chorus and vibrato pedal, and I use that for a couple of songs. And also pedal that I switch really a lot between the slapback delay on that one and the L capstan from Strymon for longer delays. Yeah, that's a song called The Heart Wants Its Way, and it has like this kind of a bass solo, and I'm just playing in the background then, and I'm using this one, and it sounds just amazing. I also use it on a different song called the City City, and through the beginning of the song it's just acoustic guitar and vocals, and then I'm using the L Capistan, the tap and hold function, which is just an amazing tool to have when you're playing live. I use that quite a bit, and just kind of making sounds in the background. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Most of the time I'm just doing the reverb, the slapback, and the King of Tone combo, and that's what's going on for most of the songs. But I add in some longer delays on a couple of songs. Sometimes, as you probably could see, I use them both at the same time. And just to add some flavor, I have the 12-string effect, the drop, and the Julia chorus for some different flavors when I want to change it up a bit. So yeah, that's it, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.